Greetings from Ellingson Motorcars here in Rogers, Minnesota. Today I'm going to talk about a W30 1970 Oldsmobile 442, probably the nicest one I've ever seen. We'll give you the details in a minute. Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motorcars here in Rogers, Minnesota, the home to close to 100 classical cars, everything from 1936 Cadillacs all the way up to the muscle cars, which we're going to talk about today. You want to watch the entire video from start to finish because we're going to do a nice walk around, show you the details of this incredible car. I'll tell you what, when it comes to these kind of cars, it's just one of my favorite things in the world. One of these muscle cars that's done to the level of this restoration. It's got more options than I could ever think about. I'm sure I'm going to forget one or two of them, but it really, whoever ordered this car in 1970 knew what they were doing. You can watch all of our stuff, see all of our inventory at www.ellingsonmotorcars.com, where we will have all our latest acquisitions, newest arrivals, and current inventory that we currently have. But today, this is just one of these kind of cars just make me all excited. This particular car, 1970, the top year for Oldsmobile performance. The biggest time when they said, no longer do we have to worry about cubic inches, you can put whatever you want in. So the people at Oldsmobile said, W30 package, 455 V8, 4-barrel. And this one has, on top of that, it has some extra goodies for the W30, which came with lots of standard features, of course, but it has even more performance-orientated parts. It's got the fiberglass Ram Air hood with the induction air cleaner. We'll see a picture of the motor in a second when we do our cold start. Just adds a little more horsepower to these cars. This car also has one of the coolest features that I just can't forget. It's got red inner fender wells. Red, I mean, if you want to know if it's a real W30, it's got to have the red inner fender wells, and there's no holes in them. It was part of the package. They just didn't, they wanted them smooth, clear, better airflow, whatever, and red was just something that they were experimenting with at Oldsmobile in 1970. Beautiful car in terms of restoration. I'll tell you what, it went to several national Oldsmobile meets, and it won in the 1970 category. It scored 999 points twice when it was in the senior division. Started out at the junior division, worked its way up. He found a few more little things to correct, and it got to, this is as close to what I say is a 100-point car in our entire building right here, looking at me. Because I looked at it and I can't find anything that, I mean, makes me even question, it's got to be better than it was in 1970. But I mean, what's really, look at, it has the wide ovals. That was the standard tire that came with Oldsmobiles. The bias tires, raised letters. And look at this, I mean, with the beauty ring and the rally wheels, those are like, look like the wheels of today. I mean, they're really good looking in 1970. They still look like that on some of our new cars. You look at the new SUVs and whatever, they've got wheels very, very similar. But yeah, just look at this car from top to bottom. I can't find anything that I don't like. It was an interesting thing when you come to options. The first time I wanted to open the hood and take a look underneath, so I reached under, pulled, it's like, aha. Oldsmobile had a very, very inexpensive option, which is a hood lock mechanism that's underneath the driver's side. You have to slide it over to the right. That's the only way you can open the hood. Anti-theft, even in 1970. I suppose these cars were being sought after by some of the less scrupulous people out there looking for that real muscle car, and this is certainly one of them. Beautiful original colors, the striping on the car, great. You knew when you pulled alongside one of these cars when I was in high school, if you looked down and seen 442, you know, 4-barrel, 4-speed dual exhaust, W30 meant serious business. The other really interesting option this car has, now I've never seen one of those actually, is a W27 aluminum rear end. Not just the cover, which was another option. It is the real McCoy. It is the real aluminum rear end. It would save, at that time, 20 pounds off the weight of a real one. Supposedly helped with keeping the rear end cooler or whatever by like 20 degrees. Just one of those really obscure little options that, again, someone just took that list out when they ordered the car and says, check, 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 check. Now we're going to look at some of the options that they did on the inside of the car. Not only did they add their performance goodies under the hood, you got power steering, you got disc brakes, you got the Ram Air, you got air conditioning on a muscle car. Now there's something that you don't have every day. The person who wanted this wanted the best of both worlds. But you look on the inside of this car, absolutely spectacular. The bucket seats, the his/her shifter. That means, you know, if the husband wanted to do the little performance shifting, he could slide it over and go manually shift it. Whereas if the little lady gets in the car, wants to drive it, she can just put it in drive and it runs and drives just like any regular car. Rally gauges, of course. The clock, even this car works with a tachometer. There's an interesting option for 1970. How many of you still have your 8-track tapes left? Well, this 8-track is the under the dash one that was an option, and it works. I got in the car the first time, turned the key on, and I go, the radio's not on. I look, there's the 8-track. There's an 8-track, and it's still playing. So, you know, that is just kind of one of those other little things that, you know, at the right age, we remember the 8-tracks. Like I said, center console, air car, air dash, and everything. Oh, gosh, that is just so nice in the performance car. Power steering, power, like I said, it's got power windows, power seat. It's got the matching mirrors, adjustable, of course. And if you're really spoiled, what are you going to have in the glove box? A button that opens your trunk. And this one has that option. So, like I said, whoever ordered this car, they just said, we just want all the bells and whistles, and that's what we did. Beautiful car all the way. The black vinyl top in perfect condition. Beautiful glass all the way around. And, of course, the rear spoiler is another one of those options that you would have with this car. The exhaust tips on Oldsmobiles this time, the trumpet exhaust, just really, they look so good in the cutouts and the rear bumper. Just really, really classy looking car, but has a really great sound. Again, you want to watch the entire video so you can hear how this car actually sounds. Now you can find all our cars on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram as well. You know, give us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe. You're going to find cars and stories of cars like this on there and many of our other ones we've had in the past. So you want to probably do that. You got some spare time. Kind of fun to look on the internet and do that as well. Well, with that all being said, this is one of those cars. Like I said, many places say, do you have a perfect car? No, I don't have a perfect car, but I have one that's 999 points. I tell you, that's pretty darn good. I'm sure, like I said, this is better than it probably came from Oldsmobile in 1970. So if you want to come down and take a look at it in person, we'd love to have you come down to Ellingson's. We're open Monday through Friday from 10 until 5, and we're even open on Saturdays 10 to 4. Love to have you come down. Even if you're not in the market for this particular car, you'll just be enamored and amazed at how beautiful this car really, really is. So come on down, take a look. I'm sure we got something here that you would love to add to your Oldsmobile collection or your first muscle car with all the bells and whistles. It's right here, or many other ones to choose from. So take a look, and hopefully we'll see you next time.